soon, but I don't see anything.
Interesting.
Interesting. The world is about to end, and all you have to say is interesting.
I mean, if I were famous, I could come up with some sort of words. A famous quote to make me sound like a hero or something.
Who would even read it?
Maybe like an alien race or something.
Yeah. And the quote should say something like, well, this sucked.
There you go. I actually feel calm. I mean, I know I should be going crazy with doomsday, but I feel calm.
Yeah. This is the most stress-free I've ever felt in my life. I mean, think about it. There's no tomorrow. There's no going to a job you hate. There's no dealing with assholes everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no traffic.
Yeah.
There's no taxes.
Yeah. Knowing that there's no tomorrow and that nothing matters might just be the greatest feeling. That is the meaning of life.
What is?
The meaning of life, the true meaning of life is to be stress-free. And it only took the end of the world for me to realize that.
So we get to live out the meaning of life for a couple minutes.
And take a couple of minutes over a lifetime of stress.
And being equal. I mean, the meaning of life is to be stress-free and equal. Right? I mean, think about it. There's no tomorrow. So everybody on the earth has the same fate. Hence, the meaning of life.
The rich can't buy their way out of this one. Having the same fate makes us all equal. That should be your last words.
No, I still like that this sucked.
The neighbors next door invited us over to a prayer circle if we wanted to talk to Jesus.
And what did you say?
I said we're Jewish. I find that easier to explain than trying to explain we're not religious.
Explain how people get religious every time they're about to face a traumatic experience.
I think the last time I prayed was for the Rams to win the Super Bowl.
I remember my mom was in hospice. And all of our friends and family were there surrounding her. And I remember thinking, this is such a beautiful moment. And then my uncle pulled out a Bible. And he asked everyone to start praying to God. And I was so pissed because I was like, we should be talking to my mom. And telling her stories and telling how much we loved her. And instead, we're praying to God, ignoring my mom.
They were praying to God for you, Mom.
They were praying to God to comfort themselves, not to comfort my mom. And then he starts talking about the Last Supper and how Jesus died for my mom.
What did you do?
I told him to shut the fuck up. This is a waste of time. Let my mom have her moment. It's not like God is going to come back and be like, hey, you thank you for calling me. Here, let me save your mother.
I dated this Catholic girl in college. And I remember my dog died. And she didn't even say anything like, sorry, or can I do anything for you? And she said that God gives love and then takes it away so that you can, I don't know, appreciate it?
Yeah, that's really weird.
I know. I dumped her the next week. She said, she called me an asshole for not wanting to connect with God.
Yeah, my uncle said the same thing. He called me a villain.
A villain? What, is his God in a James Bond movie?
I think that's the closure that society never got.
Villains?
Well, I mean, understanding how a villain is made, of course.
I'm not following.
Like in a comic book, you know how they give us the origin story for how villains are made?
Batman dropping Joker in the tub of acid.
Exactly! So Batman is society. And society, well, because of society, the Joker was created. So society's actions created the Joker. It's interesting. I mean, think about it. Society's actions, once they're out of control and causing people havoc, then somebody steps up and then puts pain on society so that that society can go back into line.
So you're saying the Joker keeps Gotham City in line?
No. Okay. Think about it like this. So nobody wakes up and decides, hey, you know what, I'm going to go shoot up the school. But the teachers know that the school is a society that the student lives in every single day of his life. And every single day of his life, he's beat, he's bullied, and he's hated by his fellow students. And the teachers and the parents, they don't do anything to help the student. So he lives in a society that creates pain. And so the pain starts building up, you know, and so he fights back. And after that, he goes and he shoots up the school. But nobody ever asks why the school is not responsible for the bully that caused the pain on the student. So then, why do we have to sit here and realize that society is the reason why that student blew up the school? Because if the school was so peaceful and they were so loving and it was such a great school, then the kids would be safe. And no bullies would be asking why we have to be responsible for shooting up the school. I think. But, I mean, it brings me great pleasure to know that everybody who bullied me will have the same fate.
Having the same fate keeps us equal. Those should be your last words.
I'm happy to know that everybody that hurt me will be dying in a fiery death soon.
Vengeful?
That's the one thing that society won't make me miss. I mean, this stupid belief that we're supposed to remember what we have and that good people always get good things, but you'll realize in the future that that's not true. Because the bully always lives a good life. And I used to have this bully in middle school once. He made my life a living hell. And I used to think, one day he's going to grow up, and he's going to be a loser, and I'm going to see him on the street, and I'm going to be walking in my fancy suit, and I'm going to see him on the sidewalk begging me for money. And I'm going to be like, yep, that's my bully. Look at you. Did you know it didn't work out that way? Because I saw on social media that he owned a consulting company that's worth millions of dollars. And that pissed me off because I'm sitting in a shitty apartment that I could barely afford, and he has 3 homes and a loving family. So yeah, it brings me pleasure to know that that person is going to get the same fate as me.
Everyone will have the same fate.
Everyone will have the same fate.
It's ironic how everyone can only be made equal in the world by doomsday.
Yeah, ironically, that's the best tool that we all use. So, if we understood irony, maybe we'd have a chance to fix it.
You know what's ironic? I'm not scared.
Not at all?
No, I feel content.
Content?
Well, we're on the subject of irony.
Yeah, we are.
Well, it's ironic that I feel content. I think what's calming is, you know how in your mind you think of all these crazy doomsday scenarios that you think are going to happen and then they don't?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I'm calm because I know that doomsday scenario is 100% happening. So my mind can't go be stressing over all these different scenarios, which is actually quite comforting for me right now.
Yeah, and I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I'm supposed to be thankful, or if I'm supposed to be resentful, or if I'm supposed to be going crazy right now.
Yeah, I will say that the end of the world is not depicted very well in movies.
I know, right? I mean, I look out the window and I see it's a typical Tuesday morning. You know, for the end of the world, it's not very exciting.
That's because there's no hope. We all know no one will survive this. And if there was even a glimmer of hope, that's when people would be going crazy. That's when people would start battling each other for survival. If there was even a glimmer that we could all survive this.
But hope is important. It gives you something to strive towards.
Hope is an addiction. It's like a drug to people. You're addicted to it.
How so?
Growing up, you always hoped that good things would happen to good people. It kept you in line and made you follow the rules of society. You always hoped that by doing that, it would lead to an amazing life And it didn't.
But hope is something to strive towards.
Is it? Or does it just give us tunnel vision for whatever we can't see?
Oh, come on. Are you going to argue with me about this?
I'm just saying.
Well, I'm not with it. It's a matter of time now.
Should we do something? Like drink or something?
Well, I don't really drink.
We could go outside and face it head on.
No, I want to sit. Because if it's the end of the world, I'd rather be comfortable.
I like that. Maybe take my shoes off.
Yeah, take a seat.
The suspense is killing me.
That's ironic. If that killed you before this did.
You think it'll hurt?
Well, I hope not. I don't do well with pain.
I feel like there should be a countdown.
This isn't New Year's Eve. What?
You know what's funny? I don't even know your name.
Yeah, shit. We didn't even introduce ourselves, did we?
I guess it didn't seem important.
Because nothing else is.
3, 2, 1, world end.
So, what do you do?
What?
What did you do?
That's your last question? The world is about to end and you want to talk jobs?
I mean, I kind of feel weird being in silence now.
It is kind of poetic. Two nobodies facing the end together.
But it's better than facing it alone.
Well, it was nice meeting you. Oh, I mean, we just met. Let's keep it professional.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'm just kidding. Bring it in.
It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, you too.